You need to take a hard look at the approaches of many of the organizations that many of you are donating money to. Let's face it, if they're still asking for shared parenting, why are you even standing behind them? Shared parenting has been around for years. Ohio's had a shared parenting law since 1992. Didn't solve a problem. In fact, if anything, it's created more problems. The last state to bring in a shared parenting law was New York. And that was about 4 years ago. We don't need shared parenting in this country. Shared parenting has been the biggest social disaster in this nation's history. It's cost the states money. It's kept parents away from their children. And it will continue to keep parents away from their children. You don't want shared parenting. Yet many of you keep going into talk to lawmakers or supporting organizations that go to talk to them and saying, we need shared parenting. We need shared parenting. It's already on the books. Why do you want something that's already on the books? You keep supporting and funding organizations that want small changes. Well, let's look at the history of those organizations. National Parents Organization, formerly Fathers and Families, has been pushing small changes for 20 years. ACFC, pushing small changes for 20 years. Well, if these process of pushing these small changes worked, how come the problem's not solved? All it's done is continue. No, small changes don't work. Because every time you ask for a small change, you get it. Then you have to turn around and go back to the lawmaker and ask for another small change the following General Assembly. And he's just going to look at you, or she, and go, why didn't you ask for this, when we did the last change? Now I've got to go back through the process again? There's a lot of work goes into passing a bill. There's a lot of conversations. There's committees. There's writing the bill. There's meetings. There's arguments on the floor. There's amendments. No, it's not worth it. Go in, comprehensively change the law. Do it once. Be over with it. Don't trust them to write it. Walk in there with a solution in your hands. That's what Ohio Family Rights does. That's why we've been able to get as many bills introduced as we have. We'd have had this problem solved if it hadn't been for National Parents Organization willfully blocking the bill. Now they're trying to bring back a bill that failed 15 years ago, thinking it's going to pass again. I put my foot down. I had to. If it failed twice before, what makes you think it's going to pass again? The same oppositions and problems exist within that bill. You didn't fix anything. And you didn't fix anything because you never talked to parents. You never look at what's going on. You don't do research. We do. Now, many of you don't like me because I don't mince words, but that's too bad. I'm sorry. I'm tired of having to fight the good fight on a limited budget while I see money pissed away behind people that don't do a thing. I'm going to go back to the last bill here in Ohio. We had a meeting with a senator. National Parents Organizations, Don Hubin, sits in that meeting after the bill's already been introduced and says, well, we want this and we want that. Well, Don, let's see. You want a presumption of equal cost of shared parenting. Ohio already has shared parenting, and Ohio already has a presumption of equal custody on the books. So why do you want this? He sat there dumbfounded. Well, we want these changes to temporary orders. Don, why do you want weaker language than's already in the introduced bill? Dumbfounded. Couldn't answer the question. Well, we need the child support reserve. It needs to be protected. Don, that is for the Guidelines Review Committee. Oh, by the way, Don, did you forget? You walked off that committee when you were on it. You didn't do anything the 2 or 3 times that you were on it. And now you're talking about it? No, Don. Doesn't work that way. Yet when push came to shove and we were told to get everybody on the same page, and everybody was on the same page but NPO. Well, at least publicly, because they emailed me and said, no, we have no problem with it going forward without amendment. Well, then make the phone call, Don. I'm not making a phone call. Don, either you make the phone call or I'll make the phone call for you. You don't speak for us. Then make the phone call. They refused. The problem would have been over. Stop funding these guys. That's how you send a message to them that they're failures. Because that's what they are. Stop funding these individual cases. I see you guys give freely to these GoFundMes for the individual case. No. That individual case isn't going to solve anything. You're just feeling good about yourself. I'm helping somebody. I'm helping somebody. Put it to where it's going to really work. Put it with the people that are really out there working. Ohio Family Rights has a policy. And that policy is we only do things comprehensively, not half-assed. You don't like that. Many don't like that. That's too bad. I want this problem over with. And I intend to do it. 14th anniversary of the first time I testified before the Ohio House of Representatives on equal custody legislation. Comes up next week, October 8th. I remember it well because it was my birthday, my 45th birthday. Time to start donating because we're going back again. Because I'm not waiting another 14 years to take my shot at testifying again. And it may not be in Ohio, because if Ohio keeps messing around, I'll do it somewhere else. I've got the groups lined up all over the place. And we're working quietly. But we're going to come out swinging strong. Hit the donate button below. $1 a month. $5 a month. You're never going to miss it. You will never miss it. Yet it's going to go a long ways towards getting the costs of covering and getting these bills passed. Done. I'm going to have to travel all over the country. I'm going to have to print material all over the country. We need the donations. We need them now. Thank you.